Hi everyone, I'm Doug Black, Editor-in-Chief at Inside HPC. We're at the ISC 2024 conference in Hamburg, Germany. And with me right now is Andrew Whitmore. He is VP of Sales at thermal cooling company Motivair. And Andrew, if you would, give us a brief overview of the company and how you're helping companies deal with their thermal challenges.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Motivair was developing liquid-cooled technologies 36 years ago for the data center environment. And that has certainly transitioned over the years. But our core focus is working with our partners and customers to solve the world's most complex thermal challenges, and that's what we're seeing here today. So we're headquartered out of Buffalo, New York. That's where the company was originated, and that's where we continue to not only design but manufacture all of our thermal products. So we leverage a US-based supply chain to serve our global customers to help with speed to market, reliability, and a robust supply chain to develop those products to our customers.
Okay, so certainly at the ISC show, there's a release of the top 500 list of the world's most powerful supercomputers. Motivair technology is in the top 2 systems. Tell us about your collaboration with the US Exascale Computing Project.
Yeah, so first of all, that wouldn't have been possible without our collaboration with our partners. And that journey started about a decade ago. So in partnership with Cray Supercomputers, we developed the coolant distribution units, or CDUs, which are the heartbeat of that system, controlling the temperature and flow rates of a water and glycol mixture, also referred to as a single-phase coolant, to the chipsets using a cold plate solution. And so when people are talking about liquid cooling, it's nothing new to us. And so it's certainly exciting news that the first 2 systems on the list, Aurora and Frontier, are breaking the boundaries. And recently in a Time magazine article, it was quoted that achieving that performance was greater than the accomplishment of landing on the moon. And so for our organization to be a part of that and really driving the forefront of next generation HPC and artificial intelligence is something we're immensely proud of, and wouldn't be possible without everybody on the Motivair team. So it's really been exciting to see, and being in the position that we are, we get access to technology usually years before it's made available to the general population. And that's driven by funding through government labs, such as these exascale projects, but also well-funded research programs in universities all across the world, where they're able to play and experiment with the cutting-edge technology, and we get to work in collaboration with the silicon providers, with the server OEMs, and then the actual data centers where these systems will be deployed to ensure a successful, reliable deployment. And so it's really exciting.
Yeah, and I understand you'll actually be in the 3rd American exascale system.
Yes, so we are also providing the coolant distribution units for El Capitan. All of those are the HPE systems that were originally designed in collaboration with Cray prior to HPE's acquisition of Cray. So they still are Cray systems, but under HPE, and it's fantastic to be a part of that.
So Andrew, tell us a little bit about the big push for sustainable data center operations these days and how Motivair supports those goals.
Absolutely. So I think the challenge that the industry is seeing is what's called a thermal squeeze on the silicon level. And that is that there's more compute power coming out of even smaller chips generation after generation. And the way to address the thermal challenges is with single phase liquid cooling, and that's direct-to-chip liquid cooling, typically using a mixture of deionized water and 25% propylene glycol, all of which is very sustainable. It's eco-friendly, unlike some refrigerants that can be damaging not only to the environment, but the people that work on those systems. And there are ESG mandates as well as enterprise efforts to really have an impact on their carbon footprint by reducing that, either looking for supplements of green energy, a more robust grid, and by driving liquid to the chip level with our dynamic cold plate solutions and our coolant distribution units, that is optimizing system efficiency, and it's inherent in its nature and in its design. So it comes hand in hand. And if you look at the future roadmap of the silicon, the course has been charted, and that will be direct-to-chip single-phase liquid cooling. So starting with the silicon providers and the computer OEMs, they're doing their part in that environmental battle. And so the inherent design in that liquid-cooled solution is what is helping the environment and helping our enterprise customers at the end of the day tackle those challenges and deliver on those promises to their customers.
So Andrew, talk to us a little bit about some of the key challenges in thermal management today.
Well, Doug, you've been doing this for a while, and in years past, the cycle of silicon that was being brought to market would be 1.5 years to 2 years. In the past 18 months, we've seen roadmaps being brought in 6 months, and that's really just being driven by the insatiable demand from the market to be able to leverage AI technology and HPC compute systems to help drive organizations' businesses. When you look at the largest customers in the world, they are looking to leverage AI for medical research and cures, for simulating weather patterns, for developing pharmaceutical compounds. And so there's not a market that isn't being touched by what's going on in the HPC and AI era today. And it was quite public with one of the largest companies in the world, Meta, where they were building their next generation data centers on all the continents, and they were going to leverage traditional air cooling. And they had to pivot mid-build cycle because these silicon roadmaps were brought in and to have liquid available to provide cooling for the next generation silicon. So really the speed at which all of this silicon is being developed and wanting to be leveraged is the challenge, but we're here to help stand up to that challenge by offering a reliable solution and reliable technology by working with all of our partners at the silicon level, at the server level, and in the data centers themselves where the technology is deployed, so that they can get use of these investments in the AI technology and their supercomputers.
Okay. Well, we've been with Andrew Whitmore at Motivair. Andrew, thanks so much for your time.
Doug, really appreciate it. Thank you.